I'm Zoe Condliffe. I'm the CEO and founder of She's a Crowd, and we use storytelling data to make cities safer for women. So I'm going to start with a story again, but this time I'm going to share the story I usually share when unfortunate things don't happen to me on the night of and I quickly go to the bathroom and change my pitch. So I ride my bike a lot, and the other day I was riding my bike home from my favourite cafe, and I heard a car slowing down behind me. And I turned around and I saw a group of men winding down their window. They yelled a lot of things at me and I ignored them, but they followed me the whole way home. It left me feeling powerless, isolated and angry. But it's not at all an uncommon experience. So 9 out of 10 Australian women experience this. And this year we've lost 63 women here in Australia to gender-based violence. It's the leading cause of preventable death for women my age, women aged 14 to 44 here in Australia. And the key word there is preventable. But women are ready to share their stories, and this has sparked a global movement and a push for change. So we know that 96 million stories have been shared about sexual assault and harassment on Twitter alone in the last 8 years. This is big data. But most of it isn't being used to inform decision makers who really need to understand the problem, how we can go about addressing it into the future. And if you can't understand a problem, you can't fix it. So we know over 80% of sexual assault currently goes unreported. And so that means that basically these decision makers are not accessing the data that they need to understand in their local areas what's going on, by whom, to who, and exactly where. So She's a Crowd is making it possible for decision makers to access this data using something that we love to do, which is share our stories. We're a safe and anonymous crowdsourcing platform. And when people access our platform, they're able to share their stories. Those stories are geotagged and time-stamped, and then they're aggregated for important insights, such as key location hotspots and incident details. So I've kind of spoken to this a little bit in the questions, but basically our platform is free for the community and we charge our customers a licensed subscription platform fee. Our customers are people like universities and local governments and urban planners and designers and NGOs, all of whom want to access this data but don't actually have the means of understanding how to deploy their resources effectively in order to address the problem. So where do we fit in? So She's a Crowd uses a preventative approach, and we are a tech-enabled model, which means that we fit in a very unique way. There are lots of existing organisations that are doing really important work in this space. There's not yet anyone quite like us. So since launching in March 2018, we've collected 80,000 data points, and we've got lots of pilots in the pipeline. We've also raised $65,000 in pre-seed funding and been supported by some incredible organisations. Not to mention the fact that we have an incredible team behind us. So I'm Zoe Condliffe, and I'm the person making this happen. I have an established public profile as a gender advocate, and I pioneered the Free to Be campaign, which we scaled to 5 continents globally. I'm currently a researcher at Monash University looking at gender and digital crowdsourcing technology. So next year, we'll be raising our seed round, and we'll be recruiting a technical co-founder, and I would love to chat to you about any and all of the above. What we're really looking for now is a desk space right here in the City of Melbourne, because the City of Melbourne have just offered us a grant. But in order to be able to accept it, we need to be able to be here in the City of Melbourne working with an office space. So I guess I'll just finish by saying that being able to stand up here and share my stories with you this evening is terrifying, but it ultimately makes me feel powerful and visible. And that's how I want every single woman in the world to be able to feel. So join the crowd and help us make every city in the world safer for women. Thank you.